Hi, I'm Paris Hilton, and you're watching DreadCentral.com.
Stepping into shoes of an icon, what's that feel like for you?
It's like heavy as the head that wears the mask. It's exhilarating. Even like right now, talking about it, even though we shot it, I'm done shooting, I still get the chills and tingles of excitement, and it's the closest thing to becoming a rock star, I think, without being a rock star. But he's a character that you actually care about. He's not just a guy in the mask walking around killing for no reason. There's so much depth that they've added to the character, that he's intelligent, and you find out why he does what he does. I try to tap into that and not just play guy in the mask. And also, of course, with all that, bring in the intensity of the anger, or the misplaced anger.
First time you see Derek in full Jason regalia, your first scene together, what's the first thing that goes through your mind?
Oh my God. Yeah, my heart was like pounding. Yeah, it was scary. Derek and I would have giggle fits before we'd start rolling, and we would have to like yell at each other to stop so that we could be serious and start shooting.
Platinum Dunes, you guys are kind of fearless in terms of taking horror properties and remaking them. What was it about Friday the 13th that made you guys pursue it?
I think that the brand, if you could call it a brand, or the franchise had gotten watered down by the end of it. And it felt like, here's a great title with an amazing killer who's really iconic. And no one's given him balls. Can I say that on Dread Central? Yeah, no one gave him balls, and we wanted to give him big brass balls. And not make him supernatural, make him a killer who stops at nothing. And that felt like that hadn't been done in a long time with these movies. So when the opportunity was presented to us, we jumped at it. I mean, usually we'll deliberate for a long time. This was absolutely, let's do this, let's get it going as fast as we can.
How do you get it back to its grittier, darker indie roots?
Well, I think what we did is we just kind of ignored everything after the fourth one. We kind of used that as the Bible from which we worked. And there were kills in those first four movies that we liked, that we tried to figure out a way to bring our spin to it. And we kept it at Camp Crystal Lake. So you're in his home turf, and as such, he's got the advantage.
Now, you did the sack head and the hockey mask. So what was the varying degrees of difficulty working with each?
With the sack head, it was rough because one of the eyes is covered up completely. And when you're swinging some of the scenes, we had an actual machete, and you're trying to be pinpoint, super accurate with machete, like don't hit the actor, and make sure that person doesn't get killed. It was tough because it threw your depth perception off a lot. And the other one, wearing the hockey mask, had a prosthetic eye underneath with a small slit in it, so you still really couldn't see very well. But with that one, with the open eye on the hockey mask, it's almost like if you grabbed a toilet paper roll tube and put it to your eye, and looking around and not being able to really see out the other eye, anything peripherally here you can't see. So there are hopefully in the outtakes, which I'm sure they're going to because I got teased a lot, for some of the scenes there's a lot of low-hanging like beams or debris. Many a time I would chase off after somebody and get really intense, totally into character, and it would feel like someone hit me with a giant 2x4 because I'd run into some random object and just floor myself, just boom, nail on the ground. You hear Jason start cursing up a storm, and people with the monitors like, oh, is he okay? Is he okay? Get a medic in there? Is he okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And I thank God Scott Stoddard, the makeup effects designer, who's absolutely amazing, made the mask out of an actual hockey mask. And that thing many a times has saved my life. From random actors punching, kicking, slamming into things, weapons hitting me. So I'm very thankful for Scott for doing that.
Now, it's too early to tell because they haven't decided yet, but they have filmed an unmasking and a version where you aren't unmasked in the movie. If they don't go with the unmasked version, what could you tell us about the look of Jason under the mask?
Under the mask? I don't want to give anything away. I'll tell you what Scott's inspirations were. I know Scott was inspired by a mixture of like part 2 and what was it? Oh, I'm trying to remember. He's going to kill me. I want to say part 3. I asked him before coming here to clarify, and of course I'm a giant retard, and I've forgotten most of the things he said. But he wanted to add a sprinkle of the old, so for the fans to go, the loyal fans to go, oh, that's from blah blah blah, but also trying to create something new with it. So I was really, I'm a fan of it. It's really exciting.
How graphic can we expect the kills to be?
Well, that's up to the ratings board, but we're going to push it as far as we can.
As far as they will allow us for R-rated.
Now, of course, there's always the unrated DVD looming. So, I mean, was it a conscious thing to say, hey, let's film what we can what gets in, but let's at least have some good stuff for the DVD.
Absolutely. And by the way, it's not just violence. There is sex in this movie that is never going to make it as an R rating, and the unrated DVD will have that too. I mean, this movie is hardcore in a lot of different ways, not just with violence. Yeah.
But also fun. I mean, you know, it's hardcore, but it's a really fun film.
There's no torture in the movie. It's not like that. It's just Jason kills quickly. He gets on with it. But you have to think, we have 90 minutes, and he's got 13 people to kill, so, you know, he can't dwell on it too long.
Are there actually fucking kids in this camp? There's never been kids in the camp.
You know what? Unfortunately, no. The camp's closed down because of what happened there a long time ago.
Jason's background, like Pamela Voorhees and Jason as a little boy and what happened to him, how much of that is going to be in the film?
I suspect that we will dwell very little on that, if at all. I think that it might be as quick as 2 or 3 seconds or just a blip. It's not the Jason Voorhees as a kid story. We're not there. We're starting with him killing.